Hi, my brain hates me.
Stop.
So I am sitting in the girl cave with my dog, Oliver. Say hello, Oliver. Oliver is not interested in what I'm doing right now and really doesn't understand why I'm talking. He's looking out the window, and actually every time I look up, you can see the reflection of the window outside my glasses. Um, Today I thought I would talk about art therapy because I'm in my girl cave, which was very much my art therapist's idea, and it's an excellent idea to have a place in your home that is your own, whether you're living at home with your parents or living at home with, or I guess your home is where you live, living with a spouse or a partner or your kids or living with anyone. It is important to have a space that is yours, and this is the space in my home that is definitely mine. I have all kinds of weird things in here, and it's an ongoing project. I started it late July, I want to say, and I had it to a point where I really called it my space. My space. I called it my girl cave by the end of September. That was really my goal. And this is a place where I do creative things, and this is a place where I go to when I'm upset and I need quietness, and this is a place where my dog chews on himself next to me when I'm trying to film a vlog, and this is a place where weird stuffed animals live, and um, all kinds of different things live. So this came about um, when I was in an art therapy session. I started art therapy at the end of May, and I work with a very wonderful lady who really incorporates cognitive behavioral therapy for trauma with art therapy. So, say for example, we're talking about something upsetting, and she can tell that it's really getting me to a place where I might cry, or I might be too upset to talk about it. Instead of having me verbalize it, which requires a certain part of my brain, she'll have me draw a picture of what's upsetting me, and or draw a picture of what I'm feeling, or draw a picture of what I'm thinking about. And that takes a different part of your brain. So when you do that, it puts you in a different mental state. So you get to be quiet, and you get to sit there and think about things and draw things. And it is very emotional, and sometimes I do cry, and sometimes it does feel still as like I'm in that traumatic place. But the nice thing about it is that after we draw that traumatic thing, I just heard a timer go off in my kitchen. I'll get to that in a little bit. After we draw that traumatic thing, we go back and we draw something happy. And we try to take that traumatic thing and we go, well, what if we could change that? What if we had some control over that? What would that look like? And that's been very helpful for me, especially with coping with pain every day and dealing with trauma from my past. I highly recommend art therapy. I think that art in general, just being creative and expressing yourself, you don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be good at drawing. You don't have to be really even that creative. Just do something with your hands where you're disconnecting that verbal part of yourself. Writing is a great outlet. I'm a writer. I love to write poetry. However, you aren't engaging a certain part of yourself. And when you draw or when you sculpt or when you make any kind of visual artistic medium, sewing, crafting, anything like that, there's just a different part of your brain that you're tapping into. So I think it's important. So we were in a session one day, and we were talking about when I was a teenager and how I had this room and I had all this stuff in my room and I had these drapes and it was dark and it was this space, and I had this kind of cave-like atmosphere that was just mine, and it was a place that I retreated to and where I felt safe. And she asked me if I had a place like that now. And I said, well, no. When I don't feel safe, or when I have um, an autistic meltdown or something like that, I run to my closet, or I run to the bathroom, and I run to small spaces because I like to be in closed in, comfy, cozy, soft places. Closets are great because there are lots of clothes around. Typically in my closet, I also have lots of clothes on the floor. So that's where I go. So now I have this place. This sofa was from my grandmother's home. It was on her back porch. So I have a piece of my grandmother in here. My room is decorated with, I have twinkle lights, I have red lights, I have little figurines that are various Eastern gods. I have little ceramic bears for Halloween right now. I have a Halloween tree because I love Halloween. I have lots and lots of stuffed animals because my son donated them recently to the Girl Cave. This is the whooping cough that my dog just tried to steal, so it's a little wet, which is gross. I have all of my stuffed octopuses because, you know, I love a good stuffed octopus. I would not, unless someone got an octopus for me as a pet, I would not personally have an octopus as a pet because I think that an octopus should be free in the ocean. But if an octopus was raised in a pet store, I would adopt it because, oh, that makes me sad. But I love octopodes or octopuses or whatever you want to call them, octopus plural. I love them so much. All of their cute little tentacles. Just, I don't know. The octopus is my spirit animal because it symbolizes wisdom and a quest for knowledge and multitasking because it has its fingers and everything, or its tentacles and everything. It has so many tentacles. So that's my girl cave. I also have hula hoops in here because one of the physical activities I try to do is hooping. I have a dog bed in here that also functions as a place where people like to sit down. I have lots of pillows. When we have people over, I put the pillows out on the floor, and people like to kind of congregate on the floor. My idea is to eventually have a floor made of pillows. Oliver is being terrible. Oliver, come over here, baby. So this is Oliver, and he is my snuggle puggle, and he's terrible. As you, yeah, he's just not having it. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. So if you have chronic pain, if you have past trauma in your life, if you have just any kind of thing that you're dealing with in your life, be it depression or anxiety, it can be nice to have a quiet place in your home that's just for you. It might just be a chair with a blanket on it that you really, really love. It might be a place where you keep stuffed animals that are soft and fuzzy and that you want to snuggle with. It might be a room or a closet or whatever. But set aside space for yourself and let it be yours and enjoy it. And that's what I have to say about that. Brief rundown, we did go out last night and it was not ideal. My pain spiked up to about a 9, and that's never good. I should not have gone out, but I am stubborn, and when we put things on our calendar to go to, I feel like it's important to go to them. I don't like to make my husband sit at home or go to things by himself. And I feel like it makes everybody grumpier if we don't do things that we say we're going to do. I feel like I spent so much time in bed from last October to this past May that it's not worth it for me to stay in bed to try to rest up and get better because there is no getting better. The pain is there. Bed rest doesn't help. I might have a better pain day, but ultimately it's just going to be worse in a couple of days anyway. So I feel like if I just stay in bed all the time, what psychological cost does that have? If that makes sense. I don't really know how to phrase this in a sensible way. So that's kind of my philosophy, is I can't just live my life around the pain. I have to live with the pain. The pain is not who I am. So, yeah, we go out and do things, but we go out and do things carefully, and we don't stay very long. And half the time, by the time I am dressed and ready, I'm already ready to go back to bed, because the very act of bathing is exhausting and makes me feel horrible, horrible, horrible. So, yeah, I've got the fancy, my hair floof. This is from last night. This will stay there. We have people coming over tonight. I am going to engage my son, or enlist my son rather, to straighten up the house for me before he goes off to his various lessons. He has some studying to do. And that's really what the evening entails. So we're going to watch American Horror Story, and I'm going to be comfortable and quiet. And that's about it for my day. So I hope that you are having a great day, and if you're not, hopefully tomorrow will be better. And if tomorrow isn't better, then hopefully the next day, or next week, or next month, or next year, or next whenever. If you like my videos, hit subscribe down below. Follow me. You can also follow my Tumblr. I think it's My Brain Hates Me. Brain Hates Me. I don't know. I'll put a link in the comments, and there's a link to my blog in the comments as well. So I hope to hear from you. If you have any comments about spaces that you have in your home that are yours, I'd love to hear about your spaces that you've made for yourselves. Or if you have any questions about how to make a space for yourself, how to set aside space for yourself, or what kind of things to include in a space for yourself, I would love to talk to you about it. So let me know. Bye.